Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, wa kafa wa salamun ala ibadillazina istafa amma ba'd. Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. My honorable elder and younger, my dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today is our topic, Sanctity of Human Life. The first and foremost moral conception is a respect for life. Life is to be protected. It is the birthright of man in a very real sense. He is entitled to live because he is born. Had not this right been recognized long before we learned to talk of rights and duties, society would have never come into being. And because man could not survive, much less work up his destiny. Without such protection, respect for life was ordained by Almighty Allah and stressed and emphasized by all the great seers, sages, and prophets. Now that philosophers hold sway instead of prophets and rationality sits enthroned in place of revelation. And you cannot deny to anybody the right to be a philosopher or a rational being. It is open to everybody to evaluate human life any way he likes. There are murderers who consider murder as one of the fine arts. There are others who sometimes take life as a disease not incurable by themselves. But murder assumes a horrible aspect when they are practiced en masse and discriminately, as is the case when bomb rains from air or when they are directed against discriminated classes, as seen in revolutionary upheaval. Of course, murders have to be differentiated from execution, which the Quran permits as a penal action. Even retaliation by the hair of a murdered person when he does not commit excess in slaying is allowed. But there is no sanction for killing those who do not threaten to kill you or anybody else. Everybody that lives is holy. Life delights in life. The blessed prophets in his Lord's sermon at the fall of Makkah brought home to his followers the sanctity of human life in a very impressive manner. 100,000 Muslims were assembled at Mina when he said, "Do you know what day it is? Almighty Allah and His messengers know it better," answered the audience. The blessed prophet was silent for some time, and people thought he might give to that day another name. After a long pause, he said, "It is not the day for sacrifice." "Yes, it is so," said the people. Next, he questioned, "What month is it?" And they made the same answer. Again, he paused for some time and then said, "Is it not the month of Zulhijjah?" "Yes, it is," was the answer. Then he asked, "What town is it?" Again, there was a pause before he said, "Is it not the holy city?" "There is no doubt it is," said the people. When it had been thus brought home to all that the day, the month, and the town were to all that the day, the month, and the town were each sacred, it was a sin to shed blood on the day, in that month, and in that town. The blessed prophet declared, "Then your life, your property, and your honor are sacred, just as in this day of this month, in this town." He followed it up with the warning, "See that you do not go astray when I am gone. So do not start cutting one another's throats. You shall have to face God, and He will demand of you an answer for what you do." The warning is a definite no to all killings and burning resorted to in pursuit of political ends, or in the mad heart of exalted party feelings. It may not be effective for those who disbelieve in man's responsibility and a final reckoning, but there are many who believe you not intensely enough to overcome the impulse of the moment. To such we appeal to search their hearts, to be true to their inner self. We ask them just to imagine for a moment that only the next morning they are to be called upon to render their account, to answer for incendiarism which plunges living bodies into an earthly hell and reduces to age-long years of human talents and industry. Will they answer that and justified it the means? Will they be prepared to justly ends? If the ends they seek run counter to the ends and purpose of Almighty Allah, let them be sure of all that, and equally sure that there were no saner means to serve those ends. My dear brother and sister, Almighty Allah gave us true understanding to follow the path of Islam in light of Quran and Sunnah. Wa khudavana anil hamdulillah rabbil alameen.